When it comes to the Civil War, the role played by women and the common soldier is really sort of super important and something that we often don't talk about. The common soldiers had it really, really tough. They were fighting in this incredibly gruesome, very, very bloody battle. Remember that there were more people killed in the Civil War than all of the world wars fought by America up and through and including the Vietnam War. So World War I, World War II, the Korean War, the Vietnam War, Civil War, more Americans died. And the nature of warfare was extremely brutal. Many soldiers wrote letters home, they wrote diaries kind of documenting this. The most famous of which is this one here from Sullivan Ballou, as quoted by Ken Burns.
July the 14th, 1861, Washington, D.C. Dear Sarah, the indications are very strong that we shall move in a few days, perhaps tomorrow. And lest I should not be able to write you again, I feel impelled to write a few lines that may fall under your eye when I'm no more. I have no misgivings about or lack of confidence in the cause in which I am engaged, and my courage does not halt or falter. I know how American civilization now leans upon the triumph of the government, and how great a debt we owe to those who went before us through the blood and suffering of the Revolution. And I am willing, perfectly willing, to lay down all my joys in this life to help maintain this government and to pay that debt. Sarah, my love for you is deathless. It seems to bind me with mighty cables that nothing but omnipotence can break. And yet my love of country comes over me like a strong wind and bears me irresistibly with all those chains to the battlefield. The memory of all the blissful moments I've enjoyed with you come crowding over me, and I feel most deeply grateful to God and you that I've enjoyed them for so long. And how hard it is for me to give them up and burn to ashes the hopes of future years, when, God willing, we might still have lived and loved together and see our boys grown up to honorable manhood around us. If I do not return, my dear Sarah, never forget how much I loved you, nor that when my last breath escapes me on the battlefield, it will whisper your name. Forgive my many faults and the many pains I have caused you. How thoughtless, how foolish I have sometimes been. But oh, Sarah, if the dead can come back to this earth and flit unseen around those they love, I shall always be with you in the brightest day and the darkest night. Always. Always. And when the soft breeze fans your cheek, it shall be my breath, or the cool air of your throbbing temple. It shall be my spirit passing by. Sarah, do not mourn me dead. Think I am gone, and wait for me, for we shall meet again.
Sullivan Ballou was killed a week later at the First Battle of Bull Run.
Now, women also had it rough. In addition to kind of the nature of the common soldier, women had a really tough situation in that they were left all on their own. They had to take care of the family farm. They had to survive in very brutal circumstances, taking care of anything that needs to be taken care of, as well as taking on new and additional roles. So they might be nurses, or more notably, any of the industries that had been served through other labor supplies. Any of the men, they were all gone, and so it was women who served those roles.